Hi guys, Ivan and Susan here from Vloggers on the Loose. And the reason why I'm talking so loud is we're standing smack bang in the middle of the Kwinana freeway. You can see all the cars over there. We're actually on an overhead bridge over here, and the train line's just over there, also down the bottom. We're in a suburb called Como in Perth, Western Australia. Now Como is about 6 kilometres south of the Perth CBD. You can probably see one of the tallest buildings in the CBD over there. That's just jutting out over there. And the freeway is pretty packed today. Have a look at all these cars over here, guys. They're everywhere. And there's about 14,100 residents that live in Como. It's bounded by the the Kwinana freeway over here, and Canning Highway on that end over there, but it also crosses over Canning Highway, so it's quite a decent sized suburb. I think it stretches 6.7 square kilometres. Let me have a look at my notes here, guys, because I don't want to tell you the wrong information. I have done some notes, and yeah, 6.7 square kilometres. Now the growth in the area started in the 1950s, guys, and went through the 1960s. And over there is an iconic building over there called the Pagoda Restaurant, and it used to be a ballroom also years and years ago. I'm not sure if it still is, but it's now the Pagoda Restaurant, and it's got apartments behind it also. And that building over there, the Pagoda, was built in 1926, guys, so a pretty old building. It was used for accommodation years ago for soldiers returning from World War II. So obviously the back part, not as it is now, but it probably had units behind there in the war years, and the soldiers were placed in there. It won't be those units as they stand today. That pagoda, as you can see, has got extensive river views over there. That's the Swan River over there, guys. And I don't think I want to live along this street, because that buzzing of cars all day long, 24/7, drive me a bit crazy. That's by the way, that pagoda is at 112 Melville Parade in Como. So there's a hotel, and we're going to go there for lunch, called the Como Hotel. That's on Canning Highway, guys, and that's quite a feature on Canning Highway. It's quite a nice looking hotel. We've never ever been there before, so we're going to try some lunch over there later on in the day until we finish making this video for you guys. Now, shopping in the area, guys, is Waterford Plaza in Carrawara, which is the next suburb, but that's the biggest one. But there are also a lot of small shops in Como, and restaurants and cafes and specialty shops and that. There's a park over here, guys, on the right. That park looks quite nice, very well kept over there. The grass is very green, and there's a play area in there also for kids. It's a dreary old day again in Perth today, guys. It's about 17 degrees and it's very cloudy. We did experience a light drizzle driving down here, but the rain has stopped now, but I've got a feeling it might come down again later. So I'll just take a little walk through down one of the streets here and show you guys what's happening in Como. Now, guys, there's a lot of units in Como. Units, apartments, villas, all that type of thing, condos. The buildings aren't that tall though. You only get about 3 stories, 4 stories probably around here. So we're passing a few over here. There's a couple of villas over here being built. You can see the plans over there. There's a few of them there. Not sure if this is residential or commercial. Looks interesting though. And then next door you've got more apartments over there. Those apartments look quite decent size. The balconies look quite a decent size. They're not very deep, those balconies. They look less than a metre deep, so they're not that deep. Probably about a metre, because I can see some furniture up there, so you'll probably need a metre in some of them, but these ones here look quite wide, so yeah, it varies. Down the side of it, it looks very narrow. Anyway, across there is, what are they playing there? What's that called? Croquet or something? Is that what it's called? I'm not. Yeah, croquet. There it is on the Croquet Como Club. There you go. I've never ever seen anyone playing that in Perth. There you go. It's the first time for me. I've never played the game myself personally. It looks about as boring as watching paint dry. But anyway, they obviously like it. So look at this lemon tree over here. It's full of lemons. Check that out, guys. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but that is full of lemons. Wow. A lot of lemons on that. So this here is units actually. There's 4. It looks like a big house. But there's 4 letterboxes there, so it's 4 units in that. Interesting. It would have been one big house in its day, I'd say, because the front part of it, the facade, see this 6, 7, 8 and 1. Interesting. Very interesting. So Como is quite an old area. Like I said, it started development over here in the 1950s and 60s when it really took off. There's a unit for sale there, guys. Pretty old unit. There's also a big golf course in the area, guys. It's an international golf course called Collier Park Golf Course. It's got 27 holes. So guys, we're actually going to do another comparison of the suburb. So we're going to compare this suburb Como to another suburb called South Perth. So South Perth is just next to Como. But there's a vast difference, as you will find out later in the video. So we're just going to cross this road over here. It looks a bit busy. Try and worm our way across over here. Here's a little shop over here, guys, a little cafe. And you can get your breakfast over here and lunch. So they're open for breakfast and lunch over there, and the coffee smells pretty good in there as we walk past. So as you can see, guys, there's quite a few old houses in the area here. Check this one out. This would be one of the original. That brickwork looks like it's falling apart in there, but that'll be one of the original houses from probably the 1960s. And across the road there, you got some nice units over there. This is a sort of main road over here. There's a bus stop just here. Here's a bus service here, by the way. And that'll take you into the city. The railway line that we showed you running in the middle of the freeway, there's no train station along there until you get to Canning Bridge, I think. That'll be the closest train station to Como, and the Canning Bridge train station. Nice old church across there, guys. And yeah, the closest station that'll take you into the city, Canning Bridge, and the other way it'll also take you to all the way to Mandurah. with of course a lot of stops in between. Hey guys, so education wise there's 4 schools in the area. There's Como Secondary College, to name a few, and there's also Penrose College, which is an all-girls school. And then there'd be also a couple of primary schools in the area. Collier Primary and Como Primary. So guys, I guess you want to know the pricing in the area. So the median house price for Como is $1,050,000 Australian dollars, and the median unit price in this area is $485,000 Australian dollars. And because land is so scarce, guys, you'll be a bit shocked by this. I was. The median price for a block of land in this area is $707,000 Australian dollars, if you can find a block. So here's another little shopping area here, guys, called Preston Centre, and this seems to have a few shops in here. There's one across the road also there. The one across the road there, that's got an IGA in it. That's called the Carolee on Preston. The Carolee on Preston. So that there is the one of the smaller shopping centres in the area, and you can see the river from here. If you look down there, that's the Swan River over there, and then there's a Subway over there and a noodle place over there, noodle bar, if you like that type of thing. Also coming up to I can smell the food, guys. I can smell it. You can smell the coffee. It smells good. There's a lot of people sitting out here, al fresco style. Looks like a very popular type of restaurant, guys. So we'll have a look here and show you guys Di Bella, it's called. And yeah, it's pretty packed over here. They've even, looks like they sell everything in there, guys. They even sell alcohol in there. I've seen cocktails advertised there. There's a theatre over here, guys, a Signet Cinema. But on top it says the Como Theatre, so obviously there's a cinema and a theatre in there. That looks like it's been built quite a long time ago. Looks very interesting. Don't know what's written on that board over there. Let's go check that out. It probably tells you a few things here about the place. Yeah, it's quite a bit of it's a heritage building, guys, by the looks of it. So it might not be operational anymore, I'm not sure. But it's a very nice looking building. One of those Art Deco style buildings. And there's another old house across there, guys. It looks like one of the original old houses over there. He's fairly close to the river also. There is a bridge going over that from here to the river, guys. That's Como Beach on that side, by the way. That river where the Swan River is, called Como Beach. But yeah, I don't know if I want to walk across there. With all that traffic going on and that, you won't really enjoy your day out at the beach. But anyway, here's a commercial building over here called Como Corporate Centre. I don't know what they're doing there. Hey guys, we're still in Como and this is Melville Parade. On the other side, on the right hand side, that's where the freeway is. So we just driving down Melville Parade. There's a vacant block there, by the way, guys. We talked about that before, but hardly any vacant blocks here. That one's been sold. It's got a sign on it. It's going to be developed into apartments, so it's all gone. So there are some nice looking apartments here. Here's one here. This is only 4 stories high, so they're not very tall over here. You won't find many tall stuff in Perth because we don't like tall in Perth. So yeah, train just buzzed by there, guys, in the middle of the Kwinana freeway. So here's some older apartments over here, real old ones, facing the river, but also facing the freeway and train tracks. I bet these people that have got all these old apartments here wouldn't in a million years have thought that a train would be going past their front door, but it is now. Been there for quite a number of years. There are a few of these footbridges here, guys, going across to the river. These footbridges, so they're every so many meters down, 100 meters or whatever, and you'll get a footbridge, and that'll take you across to the river over there. There's some new development over here in the suburb of Como. I don't know why someone would build such a big flash house on a freeway like that, but maybe they like the humming of cars going by. There's a few older places here coming up over here. There's another nice old house over there, the white one. Okay, guys, so we might just I'll just turn down here and show you what's down this street over here. Then we might wind the video up on Como, and we'll take you to the suburb that we're going to compare to, which is South Perth. So there's a few units over here, and on that note we'll wind this one up on Como, and we'll see you in South Perth shortly to do a comparison. Before we get to South Perth, guys, just want to show you these houses we found here in Como. They look spectacular. Check these out. This is an old Dutch style. Looks like from the old Dutch style houses over here. We found this street that's got fairly flash houses on. Check these ones out. They look beautiful. That end one there, all the stonework and that looks really nice. Okay, that's the end of Como. That's the 27-hole International Collier Park golf course in Como, guys. You can just see glimpses of it through the trees there. So that's it there, in the middle of Como in Perth, Western Australia. Hey guys, we're in South Perth. So behind me over here is the old mill, and this is heritage listed, by the way. That mill at one stage was one of Perth's tallest rooftop bars, believe it or not. I don't know where they sat because it doesn't look like you can do much in there. It must have been a long, long time ago, but it was a rooftop bar. But anyway, it is a heritage listed building. You can go in there, but it's not open yet because we are quite early. There's a nice lemon tree over there, full of lemons actually. So you can probably pick some lemons over there when you walk around, because they usually allow you to. South Perth, by the way, guys, it's only 4 kilometres south of the CBD. And there's about 12,000 residents in the area of South Perth, and it's built on an area of over an area of 5 square kilometres. So South Perth was established in 1892, so quite an old area. Here's a bit of a spiel here, guys, on the old mill. If you can get right in there, and I won't read it, but you can always pause your TV or your computer or wherever you're watching it and read it, guys. Now guys, we're in South Perth over here, and just have a look at that nice old house over there, guys, stuck between all the apartments, as you can see. So that'll be one of the original old houses over there in South Perth, and have a look at the views he's got. That's the Swan River over there, guys, with the city over there in the foreground over there, and there's a ferry type thing over there. Looks like they're having some sort of a party on board or something. So it'll be nice to be on there now, but unfortunately we are YouTubing, so we are busting our guts over here, making some nice YouTube videos for you guys and hoping that you guys are enjoying it. So these are a lot of apartments over here. These ones over here, guys, they're quite old looking, but they look nice. I think they look very nice. The gardens are very well kept. A lot of roses over there, and they're all in full bloom, so that looks quite good. The foreshore over here in South Perth is looking pretty good. Here's more rose gardens over here, and the lawn's mowed beautifully. So like I said before, guys, South Perth is 4 kilometres from that place across the river there, the Perth CBD. So in order to get there, guys, unfortunately you'll have to swim across. No, just kidding, guys. There is a ferry going across there, or you can catch a bus. There's a bus service in the area. We have done a video on catching the ferry across to South Perth, so we will put that in the links below for you. Look at this guy over here, guys. Or lady, she's just pulling out, reversing out, not looking, and it's a main road, and the guy behind her nearly or the lady behind her nearly smashed into her. Now she's going to park her car over there. Marvellous. Anyway, some of these apartments here, guys, you can see they're not very tall. There are some more taller ones being built behind there, but these ones on the waterfront aren't that tall, but they look pretty good. I wouldn't mind owning one over here, to be honest. The apartment prices aren't that bad, to be honest, over here. The median price for a unit or an apartment. It's the house prices that kill you. And look at this modern apartments over here, guys, with the glass balustrades on the balconies. They look quite good. So you've got a lot of old and new mixed in here, which is good. There's one actually for sale over there. I must find out what one of them cost. One's for sale in that building with a glass balcony. That looks pretty cool. This is on South Perth Esplanade, by the way. These apartments, they're all on the street called South Perth Esplanade. There's a hotel over there also, guys, the Quest Hotel. The camera can pick that up. And there's a couple of serviced apartments here called the Peninsula Service Suites. So you can stay over here. If you're holidaying, you can book a hotel here or one of these serviced apartments. So guys, we're still on South Perth Esplanade over here, and if any of you are interested, here are some apartments being constructed right over here, right on the waterfront, and also right near where the ferry goes across to Perth. These apartments are called the Terraces. I don't know the height of them. It doesn't look like, there's a picture there, so it doesn't look like it's going to be too high. And there's apartments over here, just over there. They look quite nice, very nice actually, very modern looking. The balconies are decent size from what I can see, and right next to them is one of the most famous restaurants here in South Perth called Coco's. Been around for a long time, guys, real long time, so they're quite a famous restaurant. And straight across from Coco's is the terminal for the ferry to go across to the Perth CBD. And also all this artwork over here, guys. We have got some of this in our last video on South Perth, but we'll take you through to a few other little areas also in South Perth. So guys, we've just come across the most expensive apartment in South Perth, and that's it there, guys. It's only got three floors in there, and the top one is classed as the penthouse over there, the top floor, and that one is for sale, and that one is going for a whopping 9,995,000 Australian dollars. And there's a guy relaxing over there on his balcony on the first one, so he's sitting on a pretty penny. Now for that apartment, guys, I'll just give you the internal area of that penthouse is 308 square meters. That's internal living, and the council rates for that penthouse is $6,908.63 per annum. So that's what you have to pay the South Perth Council for the privilege of living in a penthouse in this location. And the water rates, that includes water usage, is $2,586 per annum. And that's all cheap, guys, what I've just read out to you. Get this one. This one here will blow your mind. You need a hell of a lot of money to live there. The strata levies for that apartment, or the penthouse, that's when, if you need any maintenance done on the outside and that. Anything internal you pay for yourself, guys. Strata levies don't cover anything internal. If a tap breaks inside your house or a tile comes loose or whatever, it just covers repainting the whole complex or anything that's common use in that external part of the building. So the strata levies for that is $9,349.30 per quarter. Yep, that's right, you heard it, per quarter, which works out to $37,397.20 per annum. That's for the privilege of living in the penthouse at 95C South Perth Esplanade. And there's only 3 of those units in that complex, like I pointed out to you guys. So you need some deep pockets to live there, guys, I can tell you that much. But don't get too disillusioned, because it gets a little bit better. The cheapest unit that we've seen in South Perth is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom and 1 car bay. And that is a 52 square meter unit compared to this penthouse that's 308 square meters. And that unit is for sale at 289,000 Australian dollars. So that's not too bad for a unit in this prestigious area of South Perth in Perth, Western Australia. Okay guys, we're still in South Perth and just off one of the side streets here, and look at these nice houses guys. They'll still get river views because they're all built on an angle, so the river is behind us there, and these houses all get nice river views over there. Okay guys, so just walking down one of the side streets here in South Perth, and it's quite a, I always say this, in the older suburbs, quite a leafy suburb. You can see the trees, they're growing on either side of the road here and covers the whole road, which gives a nice canopy, which is quite good. Quite like that, especially on a hot summer's day and you're walking over here, you'll keep nice and cool underneath the canopy of the trees. Now this South Perth is actually bounded by two main arterial roads. One is Canning Highway and the other one is the Kwinana Freeway, which we showed you, and the cars are buzzing by there. The freeway is quite full today guys. Now there seems to be a lot of apartments, you're probably going to tell us, in South Perth, and there are. You are correct in saying that. A lot of the old houses have probably been demolished and apartments put up, but they're not very tall. But we have noticed some of the new development, they're going a little bit up in height. So like I said before guys, the old mill was built in 1833 and the first ferry also crossed the Swan River in that year. How cool is that? That goes way back a bit, 1833. And then the 1850s saw more ferry connections in the area, and also the construction of the causeway and the Canning Bridge. So that was constructed in the 1850s guys. So those two, the bridge and the causeway, which is also another type of bridge heading into the city, pretty old stuff, the 1850s. There's also another major place here in South Perth guys. It's the Perth Zoo and the Royal Perth Golf Club, also in this area, and they were actually opened in 1898. So the zoo and the golf course, Royal Perth Golf Course, pretty old stuff also. And there's quite a few heritage buildings in the area guys. If you're interested, one of them is the old mill. That's an heritage listed building. The other one is the South Perth Post Office, another heritage listed building. And then you've got there's a few schools, but we'll get to that later. But this one here is another heritage listed place. It's in the Wesley College. It's the Wesley College Chapel and Memorial Rose Garden. That's heritage listed. And then you've got a drinking spot in the area called the Windsor Hotel. That's heritage listed. And the Old Mill Theatre / Mechanics Institute. That's also heritage listed. So there's quite a few heritage listed places in this area. Look at this apartments here guys. They look quite nice. They're kept quite well. You can see when they're using strata fees properly, because strata fees are supposed to pay for paint work and that on the outside, and you can see that group of apartments there is painted extremely nicely. So well done to the strata company over there. They've used their fees well. You've noticed some places they were not very well looked after, so it makes you wonder where these strata fees are going. I do question exorbitant strata fees and buildings looking shabby on the outside. I do question that a lot. So right in front of us, guys, that's actually the Kwinana Freeway over there. Hey guys, so we'll talk a little bit about the schooling in the area. And there are a few schools. There's Wesley College is in this area in South Perth. There's a South Perth Primary School, and there's St Columba's Primary School. For any other schooling, you may have to go to another suburb or into the city, because there's quite a few schools in the middle of the city. Now, shopping, there's quite a few shops in the area, guys. A lot of cafes and stuff. We've seen a lot of people in the cafes. The shopping, you've got South Shore Shopping Centre, you've got Meadow Vale Shopping Centre, and you've got Angelo Street Market. And then of course you've got the Perth City, which you'll have to take a ferry across the river or catch a bus. And believe it or not, guys, there's actually a hospital in this area called the South Perth Hospital. So that's interesting. I didn't even know that there was a hospital in this area until I started doing my research on the area. So there you go. And I've lived in Perth for a long time, and I didn't know there was a hospital in South Perth. So it's quite noisy, guys. I know there's a few old cars lurking around. You can see that one over there, the Valiant, I think it is. The one making the noise there, that's a V-dub, probably a GTI or something. Not a V-dub, a Polo or something. One of those GTI things. He's making a hell of a lot of noise. He's trying to push the wedding procession to move a bit faster. Don't know why he's doing that. But the old Valiant, that was actually a wedding car. It had the ribbons on the front and everything. So South Perth, what do you guys think of South Perth so far? It's a pretty good suburb. If you Susan wants us to put in an offer on that $9 million apartment. So she's laughing. Yeah, I'm only joking with you guys. I couldn't bring myself to pay $37,000 a year in strata fees. I really couldn't. But anyway, we never got to the pricing yet on South Perth. I better give you guys the median house price in this area. The median house price in South Perth, guys, is 1.8 million Australian dollars. And the median unit price isn't too bad, 490,000 Australian dollars. And the median land price, this is quite expensive, but there's hardly any blocks of land in this area. So that's probably why. Median land price in this area is 1,622,500 Australian dollars. That's if you can find a block of land here, guys, because it's its rarest hen's teeth land, vacant land. So, are you enjoying this video on South Perth, the comparison between South Perth and Como? If you are, please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. And I'll just talk about the price difference here with the two areas. The median house price difference. There's a difference of 750,000 Australian dollars in the median house price between Como and South Perth. And the median unit price, you'll be surprised on this one, median unit price between South Perth and Como is only 5,000 Australian dollars, so there's not much in it with the units, but there's a massive difference with the house price and also the land price. The median land price difference between Como and South Perth is a whopping 915,500 Australian dollars. That's Como is the cheapest out of the two suburbs to live in. So as we're walking down this nice leafy street over here, we might just wind it up, guys. And we hope you guys enjoyed this video on South Perth. I think I did say like and subscribe. If you do like our videos, please like and subscribe. And we will see you in the next one.